Hello everyone, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we are going to try to... Welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Oh, I got some echo. We are going to try our best to get ready to pick between two decks that I've been working on for the regional tournament that is up in New York. Let's give him the old GLHF. Let's see if we can sneak out of Vitruvius. And then we'll get our 2 credits back. We'll ditch that. Nothing like cheating out of Vitruvius. Ooh, are you gonna pay for it? I bet you will. Because you might not ever see it again. Let's gain 2 cards. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Estelle Moon back with Vitruvius. We're going to install Estelle Moon. Then we're gonna put that in a new remote, and we're gonna put that in a new remote, and then we're gonna get an extra click, and we're gonna restore that and keep it moving. Alright, Balder, this time I'm ready for you. I got ourselves a nice towel. So you can sit without destroying my dress khaki shorts, or my khaki shorts. In case you can't say that there's ever really like formal shorts. That's a very rich white dude thing to say. Got some new music. People were asking for new music, so I got some of that. Let's res Marilyn. Let's use Rashida. And then we're going to advance, 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 and score. Then we'll draw 2 cards. And we'll end the turn. What a power turn that was. And now they're checking everything. Yeah, well, Flack, you know, unfortunately, we're not just playing for funsies today. I gotta get ready for a tournament. And when you're getting ready for a tournament, to a degree, especially with runners being as strong as they are, you have to play what's good. Right? If I'm gonna have a chance of doing really well at this tournament, I really need to try to play what's good. Alright, so let's restore that Estelle Moon. I gotta zoom out. Morning, Bill. Walter, you've been on my lap for 4 seconds, and you've already completely messed up the towel plan. Oh, I should have read political dealings. Balder, okay, you're making me play bad now, so you need to chill. Like, I had so many more fun experimental decks that I wanted to play, but I just can't play them without just completely folding to Clan Vengeance. I can't play any deck that relies on me being able to hold cards in my hand. So let's put this in a new remote. Let's put that in front of it. Let's put that in a new remote, and we'll get a buck, and then we're gonna advance this once, so that next turn we can finish it with Jeeves. And unless they can get to that, that's all they wrote. Okay, dude. Just relax. That's one. Alright, now let's do the other deck. I don't know if everybody's seen this, but these are really cool, these new opener screens. Oh, can you see the wrinkle in my green screen? What's going on here? There we go. Guess we'll keep this. I accidentally fell asleep at like 8:30 this morning. Alright, so we have to be concerned about Doof. So let's put that on HQ. Let's put that on R&D. And then we'll just gain a credit. And we'll say event. I feel like event's always a strong choice against Steve. Yeah, high profile target just shuts off the tag me archetype. And Wayland's actually good now. So whereas back in the day, people used to be able to say, well, you probably won't face any Wayland because Wayland's not good. Now, Argus and, well, the outfit to a lesser degree, but mostly Argus and Scorpios are everywhere. And even Titan has like one profile target and like a hard-hitting news a lot of the times. as a backup win condition. We've certainly got money. So the idea of this deck is we just double advance everything. And we just keep double advancing and just jamming cards. So that's where the Rashidas come in, because it's going to help us draw to get the things that we want to just jam into this remote. Now, we're against Steve, so we have to be wary of spearfishing and inside job. Yep, there's the inside job on the HQ. Okay, I'll let you have that since that's not an agenda. That was a big... Okay, so let's draw. Let's put that on server 1. And now our opponent is in a pretty rough econ position with scarcity down, so that's good. And now Newshound is also an end the run. So they'll likely pay into the trace to not get the tag, and then when they do that, they cannot afford to trash any of the cards that we have, which is good. So I think, so we're gonna get rid of emergency shutdown, because that's much more impactful on our board state. So this is perfect. Let's draw. Let's get a credit and IPO. I'm pretty sure we're pretty safe for right now. I don't want to jam that because we can't afford to res both pieces of ice. So we don't have the thing to actually follow up on the tag from Fly on the Wall. So I think instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to jam the deal. And we're gonna select event. And since this isn't actually a 5-3, we can just finish it and then put the Rashida in there. We'll throw all of our funds into this trace. So not only will they get no money, they'll also get a tag. So now we're just gonna gain a buck. We're gonna advance this once. We're gonna score the Beal. And then we're gonna just put Rashida in there. So right now, we're doing a pretty good job of just kind of out-tempoing our opponent. Even with the D-reses and the inside jobs, things are going pretty good. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's put another Beal in there, and then let's just get $1. Yep, more stuff out of the YouTube free library. They just did a drop of a bunch of new electronica, so I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I thought sounded pretty good. So now we're gonna score this, and we're gonna do Aurelia Salvatore on Fly on the Wall in server 1. And that also gets an agenda out of our hand. I think we can afford to get rid of scarcity. So we'll put that in server 1. I really wish we had closed accounts in our hands. Then we're going to probably just get a buck. And if they can't get into the server, we just win. All right, so we had 2 total blowouts. So I think these are both strong decks. Let's try the yellow one again. Having the Aurella, is that how her name is pronounced? Aurella in the opening hand really changes the deck because I can just windmill agendas in and just keep scoring. I think EdTech is 40 because since its ability is a economic ability rather than a negative ability or one that presupposes a specific amount of cards. They finally realized that economic abilities, pure economic abilities on corpse need to be smaller deck sizes so that you can get to whatever you're trying to leverage more quickly. Does that make sense? All right, this is the matchup. This is what we're fighting against. So keep. Now, we have to be ready for the mining accident, so if they run HQ or any central, we're going to immediately pop NGO front, so we have enough money to deal with mining accident. Now these are not good ice for centrals, but if we don't get anything else, we will take them. So let's draw once and see what we get. All right, we're gonna have to put a surveyor basically on each server because we have to slow them down a little bit. And we gotta start jamming. I think next turn, depending on what happens, we're gonna surveyor, hedge fund. We're gonna draw surveyor, the remote, and hedge fund. Because we gotta get moving before they set up the Clan Vengeance combo. Walter, are you comfortable on your towel, huh? Right, because they don't care about giving us money at all, because they are hoping that they can outrace us. Oh, perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hedge. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna put that on top of it. And we're gonna get ready to start jamming next turn. And we're gonna probably start with the GFI while they're still not super set up. Because they don't have any breakers as of yet. What is that? Oh, right, so they're gonna just get a free access at everything. Alright, they didn't get the GFI, that's good. Alright, so they're setting up drip. So we're just gonna jam a 5-3. Yeah. I mean, ETF was good, but it was so aggressively generic, it made it so that there was no reason to play anything else besides Engineering the Future, right? That's not really, that's not great. That's not what you want to see. So that employee strike's probably going to get played now, which is fine. What I'd like to ideally do is bait them through the server with the NGO. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw once. We're gonna put that in the remote, and then we're gonna put this on HQ. And just like that, we've ripped through their money. Alright, so let's put the Beal in, and then hedge and IPO, so we can res everything. And then if they can't get that, which I don't think that they can, that gets us to 5 points. Okay, they're gonna stim hack for it. Let's do some mental math. They would have to go get MK Ultra and spend 6, or spend 8 on both traces. And then they'd have to spend 6 and 3 here. Yeah, it's probably better just to let them waste the stim hack and let them get no value out of it. And there goes another stim hack, so that's 2 stim hack. All 3 stim hacks are gone now. That's great. Next turn, depending on what we draw, we're going to put an IP block. I know, stim hack's a fantastic card. Alright, let's draw once. Perfect. I'd like to put this Archangel on Archives as a surprise for Divide and Conquer. And then put this IP block on R&D. This turn, we're going to get rid of both pad taps, and then we're going to money up by putting Rashida in the remote and see if... So let's go ahead. Actually, let's just put Rashida in the remote. Let's play Scarcity, and then we'll get rid of 1. So let's put Aurelia in the server. I'm really enjoying this yellow deck. So let's pop it. Oh, I didn't res Aurelia, but that's probably fine. What a concept. Alright, so let's try to force them through the the server. Alright. So what's our play here? Do we try to bluff this as an NGO? Try to keep drawing them through? Let's put that in there. And then we're gonna go recover an IPO. Play an IPO. Say, please come check it again. Yeah, I know the pad taps work against this mine. I know. Russell, we're undefeated with both the purple deck that I've been working on and this deck. So it's exciting, but it's not helping me choose my corp deck for tomorrow. Okay. What are we doing here? Should we try to get this deal through? I guess we gotta try, and if they swap it, we're still at 5 points. Oh, we won. I always forget that other people also make mistakes like I do, where they don't check things. Another one. Uh-oh, Bill Rye coming in hot. That's a very bad opening hand. That's a much better opening hand. Alright. That archive is probably not long for this world since we're against freedom. Good luck, have fun. Let's start strong. Let's start strong, baby. No, rip. Alright, so let's put the Raven on R&D, let's put that on HQ, and then let's Zippo. That seems like a fine start. Yeah, I'm probably going to play the yellow just because I have a lot more practice recently playing EdTech than I do playing basically anything else. Oof. They could get the Aurelia here with the Freedom Trashes. Yep. That really stinks, but we gotta ice Archives now. That's not the deck we're playing. Since we're playing multiple decks, I don't have them listed. I'm sorry. Alright, so we got another Aurelia, and that's good. But we need to start building our remote and rushing. So we gotta get what we gotta do against somebody like Freedom is we gotta shut off centrals. So we've already done part of that. There's 2 breakers in the bin for them. That's not great, but at least they're not Val. What we've really got to start doing is we have to start building a remote. And luckily, we just got 2 pieces of ice, so we're on our way to doing that. Though, I would argue that IP block is, like, not really a true end-the-run ice, so that's not great. Now, luckily, there's no Clippy in the bin, so that's good. So, do we go for it? I guess that's what I gotta ask myself. So it's going to cost them 8 to get through Newshound and 3 to get through IP block. And now I can always boost traces, so that's, yeah, we're going to go for it. We got to go for it while we can. Then we'll do, oh no, we can't do anything because, oh right, there's a Liberated on the ground. What am I doing? I'm gonna boost the trace by 7. Is the wheel deal? I should have just boosted however much I needed and left 3. That was a mistake. It's okay. We're still learning. Oh, perfect. I would love to draw into a Surveyor right about now. Saved clicks are good things. Man, Aurelia Salvatore is a powerful card. Right now I'm really enjoying this ice suite, which is 3 fly on the walls, 3 GFIs, and 3 Beals. Up until Reign and Reverie coming out, I was playing 6 Agenda as Mari with Punitive, but now the Clan Vengeance is everywhere. You really just can't do that. Because you don't get to ever actually keep your punitives. Ever. Oh, right. Yep, sorry. Alright. So let's credit, and then advance that once. How's it going, buddy? Netrunner's laziest cat. Now they have a chance of a 1-pointer here. Yeah, which is okay. It's an occupational hazard. We'll put that right in there, and that's found money right there. Gosh, so good. She's so good. Probably going to use the data sucker here, so there'll be some value. I'm really enjoying this deck. We are out tempoing Anarch players, which makes me very happy. All right, let's draw once. Let's draw once more. Then let's just gain $1. I'd like to get something else to bait the runner through that server, maybe our last NGO or even Rashida, because that's our tax. That's how we keep the Anarchs in line, is we keep drawing them through the server over and over and over again. And we're just all ice that a lot of Anarchs are not great against. All right, let's draw. Perfect. So we got a Rashida. We're going to put a Rashida in there. And, do I want to use this archive before we lose it to something? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we're going to need to get back, so I think I'm just going to get back a hedge fund. Because otherwise we're just going to lose it if they check HQ and they ping it. I'd really like to get a surveyor here, because I really feel like a surveyor is going to be like the nail that's going to win us this game. Alright. So let's use Rashida. Let's hedge fund. Let's scarcity, and then let's put a Rashida in. And they have no reason to believe that that isn't just another agenda. Now we're going to hang on to exchange of information here, because that card has a tremendous amount of value for us. We could probably afford to get rid of the Raven. Raven's not doing a ton for us. So if I'm against Geist Flak, I will name Resource. If I'm against like a Haley, I will name Resource a lot of the times. If I'm against like Ayla, I'll always say Event, because a lot of the decks are on like Comet Ayla nowadays. Here they come. But a lot of times Event is just a solid call. Especially since we have scarcity to cover resources. So when you call Event and you also play scarcity of resources, you're covering the two primary sources of most runner economies. Right, and this is working exactly as planned, where we are just dragging Bill through the server over and over and over again to tax his resources. And since we're on 5 points, he has to check everything. Is Russell still here? Russell, are you still hanging out? Ooh, a concession. Good game. I think this Yell deck's real good. Gotta just jam, right? As hard as you possibly can. So the idea here also is if you install advance everything that isn't a Rashida, then Beals become GFIs, meaning that they're worth only 2 points to the runner, but they're worth 5 points to you. And if you double advance a fly on the wall and then score it the following turn without having to beat the rich runner on a trace or a sea source or a hard-hitting news trace, you can use things like exchange of information and closed accounts, which is really powerful against Anarch. Because the idea being, if you keep dragging them through the server and they're like, I'm done, I'm not going after another NGO, and then you score the fly on the wall and you close account them when they're Val and they've moneyed up to like 30 credits in the mid to late game, it just throws them completely out the window as far as their tempo, and like clicks and turns of them establishing a lock is gone. And also, since everything is a 5-3, basically, if they pick a global food that you jammed early, later if you score the fly on the wall, you can, you know, score the fly on the wall, close the counts, and then exchange, give them the fly on the wall, and take the global food back. Yeah, I mean, it's just value, and it's just install things in servers and attempts to score them and punish the runner for not checking things. Because the idea being, you know, if you score a fly on the wall or a GFI, and then you can just put a Beal in there with 1 advancement counter on it, so the next turn you can finish it with 2 clicks and then do something, or go get the fly on the wall and do the same thing, or you can go get the NGO and it turns into like a tempo maintenance. It's a build your own sports ball, right? Build your own sports ball. This card is super good. If we could benefit, this deck is originally by Greg Tung. The list is on Netrunner DB on the front page right now. It's incredible. If we could fit 3 of these, I would put 3 of these in here, but we just don't have any room, and everything else is pretty mission critical. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for coming out and watching me play a little Netrunner, test some of my decks for this weekend. I hope you will all tune in. I know there's a ton of regionals happening this weekend, but I hope you'll all tune in Saturday, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, so New York City time. We're going to be streaming New York regionals. I'm going to be there the whole day. We're going to have Swiss stream, and then depending on what happens with Sanjay and I and who makes the cut and who doesn't from our group, we will have commentary for the cut. So, until I see you all tomorrow, hopefully I'll end up on stream at some point. Always be running.